Welcome to the Live Your Vision podcast. In this episode, I had the pleasure of talking with graphic design duo Juli and Miranda about how they built their graphic design company, By Beyond, what it's like working with your best friend, and life in South America. I hope you enjoy the show. All right, well, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
Yeah. To kind of kick things off, would you be able to give like a little background on yourself?
Sure. So I'm Miranda and she's Julia. And
Hi.
we are By Beyond, which is currently like a graphic design, kind of like multidisciplinary at the moment. Because we
like
also
a
do,
creative studio, we would say.
Right.
And we also like to emphasize that we are a duo.
Yeah.
And because sometimes people, they think we are like a big studio. So no, for the time being, it's the two of us. Hopefully in the future, there will be more. But for now, we're our graphic design duo. We're both based in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And
that's
that's pretty
basically
much
that. For the moment, we're based here. We're seeing if we go elsewhere in the next couple of years, but for the time being, we're in Argentina. So yeah.
Yeah, sweet. We'll definitely dive into that later. I usually like to kick off the podcast asking the question, how have you been doing mentally the past week?
That question. I mean, we're fine like ourselves, but I think like the current like events worldwide really affects us on some level. COVID has been really like a thing, and of course we've been struggling with like creating like a new form of living,
but also we feel that we are privileged to be able to keep working even if all of this is happening around the world, because we know that a lot of people lost their jobs. And I mean, we can work, and we have been working remotely since we started. So it's a privilege, and we're really thankful for that.
Yeah,
it's something that
100% like that for sure. And but yeah, of course these are like struggling times, but I think for everyone. So that basically.
For sure. How did you both meet each other?
We met in college, like on the very, very, very first subject that we did. We met there. We had to create like a group, like a work group for the subject.
Yeah.
And we met like on that group.
Yeah, it was funny because we had to choose our partners based because it was a project that we had to get together like very often. So we chose our partners based on where they lived. And if we live nearby, it was like a good group because we had to get together a lot. And I was with a girl who lived nearby Miru. So I came up to her and I was like, hey, do you live nearby? And she was like, yeah, okay, come to our group.
Yeah.
And that's just how it all started.
Actually, Julie, like we don't live too far apart, but we don't live like in the same neighborhood. So it was like kind of a coincidence. We really think that it was really meant to happen.
Yeah. And also, it was. We didn't meet. I mean, for me, it was like the first subject I did on my career. But I had lost half a year because of a subject that I had. And she had like transferred major. She was studying industrial design, and she decided she didn't like it. So it was like kind of like meant to be, because we started like in the middle of the year, which we don't here. We started like
at the beginning.
Yeah. So it was weird, and
it was all like a strange coincidence, but we're
we really feel that it was meant to be, and that we had to like know each other at that time.
And we're grateful. And like from there we like did every subject together of like all of our career, and we worked together in every subject. And that's when we realized actually we were really good for working together and creating things, because the things that we created were like they were good. I mean, it's not like...
Yeah, we realized we work much better when we are together, because every project that we could do that was in a group, it was like, I'm going with Miru. And we realized that that was the way to go. I mean, if we had to work alone, it was very hard, and we had projects that were individual because, of course, sometimes you do. And even those individual projects, we took them like we had two, and we had to do them together.
Yeah.
Because we really like it was good to find someone that you can lean on and that it also complements you. So yeah, it was a great team.
Yeah, great.
Good find.
Yeah.
Did you create By Beyond when you're both in college together, or did you do that after college?
No, we did it while we were in college still, and we did it like 2018. It was like a weird start because we really wanted to do like our own startup, like design startup or studio. We realized this halfway through our career in college, and then we created it in 2018. But then, kind of like we created.
We were kind of immature, in my opinion.
Yeah, we were immature at the time. Immature in terms of like
work-wise, I would
design.
say.
I mean, we're not the same now that we were like a couple of years ago, and yeah, we started like in 2018. We created the Instagram and everything, but then it kind of like flopped. Yeah, we went like we still, because apart from being like business partners, we are best friends, so we still hang around together and did things
all the time.
And still like did projects for school together, but it was like a, kind of like a standby. And by the end of 2019, we said like, okay, I think that this is the way to go, because in the meantime we both worked like separate. So Julie worked at a publicity agency and I worked like freelance. So then I realized I really liked working like by myself.
Yeah, we also worked together in an agency that hired the both of us, and that's when we realized we didn't like working like specifically not because of that agency, but we realized we liked working on our own and we wanted to create our own thing. And to be honest, we're of course COVID is it's not a good thing, but for us it gave us an opportunity to start this and to really develop it and devote ourselves to it, because we had like a very strict quarantine here for like about 7 to 8 months. So it was super strict, and for us it was hard because we couldn't even see each other. I think we didn't see each other for like 5 months or maybe 6. So we also started like working remotely, which was weird at first. But with Miro, we have been working like, for example, we have to work on something and we do a Skype call. We used to use Skype, of course. Now we use Meet, but we used to do like a Skype call like forever, and just like we worked and we shared our screen. And I mean,
yeah, we always kind of worked like remotely without knowing, even before COVID.
Yeah.
When we couldn't like get together to like make a project like on the same space, so we did it like online, and then yeah, I think we're comfortable around like technology and digital and everything.
Yeah, so I think that a good jump, like at least for us it was very good. We had that chance to be able to start our own thing, and we kind of took advantage of that time. That was, well, it was a very weird time for all of us, but we took advantage of it and we started by Beyond.
Yeah, that's sweet. So you basically when you're in college, you're also working for like an agency kind of, and then Miranda was doing more like freelance work.
Then
I worked for an agency
for another one. So we worked first together in an agency for a couple of months. Then we realized that wasn't it. It was more like an internship. Then I started working like freelance, and then Julie started working for an agency again, but like
it was for remote. A year. It was remote work, so I never had to go to like an office or anything. So I was already working remote, even if nothing had happened with COVID. But it was not for me. I didn't like it at all, and it was like I quit my job at the beginning of 2019, and I quit it because I really wanted to move forward with Beyond, and we really wanted to, I don't know, devote myself to that. And well, then COVID happened, and it led that window of time that we knew we had to take advantage of that. So that's.
What interests you both to create the graphic design company By Beyond? Like, were there clients that were reaching out to you and you kind of just started working together, or what was that scenario kind of?
I think we started by beyond long before we had clients. Like
yeah.
we really wanted, I don't know if we saw it like a financial thing. We just really wanted to share what we had and really wanted to work together because we realized that we had a vision and that we really wanted to do it together. And not because of clients.
No,
not
no.
really.
It was first like more like a portfolio, like
Yeah.
where we shared our works, and hopefully, of course, in hopes of getting like clients in the future. And
But by Beyond was founded like long
Like,
before we had clients.
long before. It was like a vision. So
Yeah.
we had like we wanted to do that. We wanted to work for like ourselves, but also together as a partnership, as business friends and partners. So
when we started, actually, we had an Instagram account where we posted like design and photography because we're really into photography. We've done it like all of our lives, and we really want it to be for it to be like part of our work.
Yeah.
But at that time being, it was not very well
curated.
No, it was not very well curated. But yeah, that was how everything started. I mean, we share our photography, we share our designs, we share our work mainly from college because we had like a lot of works in college that we really liked and that we still do, and we actually still have it in our portfolio. Others we took it away, of course, but we found it as a way to connect with other designers, to get inspired, to chat with people, and to meet designers because we can meet them in college and we can meet them in like our lives. But we know that design is, I don't know, I think it's really
and also
influenced by cultures. So we really want to know how design is in every single country. So it was really nice to have this account in order to see how other people work worldwide.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, you basically created By Beyond because you both enjoyed working together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then of course it started developing, and then clients came, and
yeah. How did you get your first graphic design client? Like, how did you get your first client?
It was on Instagram, actually.
Instagram, nice.
Yeah, because of all of these COVID things, last year we focused.
We started, I think, on like March or April, and on late June, July, we got our first client.
Yeah.
We started like we devoted ourselves 100% on Instagram. Like we were creating content all the time out of nowhere. We don't know how, but we were creating content that we really, really liked, and we really felt that it represented our vision for what we wanted to do with design. And of course, we created things that we liked because we really wanted for people to come out to us and said, okay, I like what you do. I would like to work with you because I like how you work. Because, I think
that's basically, and also it was like, how do we spend time in lockdown? And then like we said, okay, let's start taking Instagram seriously. So we started like making it was like a schedule, so we had posts every day. Yeah.
Also, we when everything started, we started like a collaboration with people from all around the world, where we had to do like a simple poster design, but that actually made us talk because we got together and we did a meet with like a lot of designers from everywhere, seriously, from like
it was
Spain, Greece, like
city serious.
Yeah, it was something
serious. So if we contacted you, Austin, and like we said, okay, let's do a poster together. It's like a very simple Instagram post. Like it was like it represented where you lived. Like for example, where's the city you live? What do you like about that city?
Yeah.
A picture that you took of your city, like of something you really like.
It was a conversation starter more than a collaboration.
Yeah.
And we met awesome designers, and we met people that we still talk to today and that we consider like internet friends, because right now we don't know them like in real life. But we don't know if that, I mean, we kind of really liked talking to them, and it was like it was like a door to like, we did wanted to do that, and it really stuck with us.
Yeah, so it was kind of like your initial like door entrance point to like connect with other designers, or was that kind of the moment you maybe took like Instagram seriously?
It was the same time.
Okay, both.
Yeah, it was the same time. So we took Instagram seriously, and part of like the content we wanted to create was like, hey, I have an idea. Let's like contact designers and ask them to do like this little collaboration.
Yeah. Also, it was like we really like we sat down and we read on how to grow Instagram, how to create engagement, and how to create like real engagement. Like not, oh, you like my post, I like your post. No, actually people like who are interested in your content, and that you follow people whose content you actually like. So we try to grow that, and we have like a lot of friends on Instagram that whose work we really like and we really admire. And if we have the time to talk to them and to learn a little more about themselves, we thought it was super important to take that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really, really interesting for us.
Yeah.
Nice.
And basically all of that content, like posting every day, doing stories and everything, got us a lot of like views from a lot of accounts, and got us a lot of like reach and everything. And that's how our first client, like he didn't like just dropped us a message on Instagram, like, hey, I have this company, I would like to work with you. And
it was super exciting for us because we didn't, I don't know, we never thought, we did think that it was going to happen, but I don't know, we thought that it was super exciting because when the first client when we started working with the first client, like, a lot of other clients began to contact us, and people that we still work with nowadays, which is super interesting because we really like to create like long-term relationships, and we really like to, I don't know, talk to the people that we're working with. Like we have some clients that we have very good relationship with that we even consider like friends. So
100%. And also it's very curious how like a tool like Instagram can bring you like work relationships and work and projects and everything. And also in the like COVID moment. So it was really interesting to think about it, and to like it was like a phenomenon. Like everyone was devoting themselves to like social media, but it was really like interesting as like a social phenomenon.
I kind of realized like in quarantine I came back to Instagram because I remember that Instagram for me it was like I didn't really care like that much. Like personally I didn't open Instagram and look at it. And in quarantine I think we all came back to social media and actually like took a while and spent like, I know it was, we're all inside, but yeah, I think that was the main reason, of course, why so many people were so interested in social media. But it's interesting to see how that works on us and how it affects you. So,
and also how the inspiration source shifts from something physical to something digital. So maybe like at other times we had like our inspiration in like museums or going like to parks, nature, going outside, galleries, theaters, movies, like actually going to the cinema, all that experience. And after COVID, it shifted to like screens. So it was whether like your phone or your computer or your TV. So how the inspiration source shifted, and what will that be and reflect in like the designs we make. So that's really interesting. It's a very interesting topic. And I think also all the like NFT thing that's going on has to do a lot with that actually.
Yeah. Do you plan on creating an NFT?
We actually
thought about it. Okay, nice.
Like we really have to investigate and see how we're going to do it. But it's actually a topic that we're really interested in.
We really think that it's also very good because for videographers, animators, and all the people that create like content that is in movement, it's a way to monetize their work in a way that has never existed before. So we really think that's interesting. We don't know enough, we don't know that much, but we would like to investigate and definitely get on it.
We really think it's that we want to get on board.
It's gonna be big for us.
That's sweet. On the topic of Instagram, like that's initially how we connected, was just through Instagram. And I was just going through, like, I think when you follow a page, what Instagram does is it kind of drops recommendations for you. So I was just going through like the different Instagram page recommendations. I was just looking at different people's accounts. So it's
That's
really just random.
yeah,
So good.
that's so
It's
yeah.
it's so nice to hear like some people tell us like, okay, I found you through a comment that you commented on that other
When
person
someone's
comment. And it's
posts,
like,
like it's so
wow,
crazy.
Oh, that's
It's
sweet.
it's so weird because it's like you really don't know what you're gonna do on Instagram that's gonna get you like your next client. You really don't. So it's very weird. We're actually kind of trying to move on to TikTok as well because we also think that it's a platform that's growing very, very fast and that it has grown a lot during quarantine. At least here, really, people thought that TikTok was kind of like lame and for like younger people. But we got so
actually,
much into
yeah.
TikTok when quarantine started because it was so fun and we
It was
really needed
fun.
like to relax a little bit
And
not
also,
think.
I mean, like social media in general, I think that it's really interesting to like how you promote your work or how you like put yourself out there like in social media. And also I think it's because we love social media in general as a tool and how we can take advantage of that tool
Yeah.
To like get us our next clients or our next project and to connect with others also to
Yeah.
meet other cultures, to meet other people, other designers,
Yeah,
the
for
design
a while.
community. And so I think that also being young, because we are both 24 years old. Well, actually, you're 23.
I'm 23.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But being young and like maybe like older people are more like
on other platforms like
yeah,
LinkedIn.
maybe no, or maybe
Facebook.
like they aren't as
Or on
like,
Facebook too as well, of course, and on LinkedIn.
no, but maybe no. What I meant is that maybe they aren't as like devoted to like putting themselves out there or their work in social media platforms because maybe they don't know how to use it and everything. And so I think that that's also an advantage that we are young and we still have like a long way to go in like we really want to like develop ourselves, get more education and still learn a lot of things. We really do know that, but also how being young gives you another vision.
Yeah, it was really nice because we work with many clients that are either our age or a little bit older than us. And it's so interesting because the relationships that you develop with those people is not the same that you will develop with someone that's older. Or that's usually how it goes. Of course, it can be different, but we've had that experience and we really like working with people our age because we really like seeing people our age like starting something on their own.
Yeah.
Because we discussed the other day that maybe our parents did not have like the inspiration to start something on your own because it was usually you graduate, you get a job, and then
you do the
pretty much
job maybe
Also,
in a company for
at
the
least
rest of your
here,
life.
it's like there's a lot of like pride. People take so much pride in working for the same company like for a long
For
time.
ages.
And for us, it's nice to work like with different clients, different things. And so we think that it's nice to like experience and see what we actually like, what we don't like. But we really like to start our own thing because we kind of do know what we want and we had a very strong vision about what we wanted to do. So that's mainly why we started everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, what are each of your skill sets for By Beyond? And then how did you develop those skill sets?
Well, I think that how we introduce ourselves, like we always say graphic design, but I think it's like more than that actually.
I would say.
Because we do like branding, we actually do photography, we do photography retouch and editing, and we also do like social media planning. We actually do clothes. So
yeah, we also
it's
like, for
really
example, it's things we don't work like maybe we do it for free or because we like it. But for example, we really love doing creative direction, styling, and photography, and those things that I don't know. That's why we don't consider ourselves like a graphic design studio, but more like a creative agency. But I think that's something that's growing right now. That people don't consider themselves like one specific thing because it's nice to be able to change around because graphic design is such an interesting profession and you can work in so many different things And it's so interesting because that means that you're never going to get bored because you're not always doing the same things. You're changing and projects are coming from different areas. I mean, sometimes you work with architects, or maybe you work with, I don't know, an editorial, or maybe you work with, it's super interesting.
Yeah, it's a very
And we really like that about our work. We really,
I think that's basically that's like our skill sets, and how
yeah,
do
we
get
grew them, like
develop them, like I think
mainly
in college, and maybe doing like a couple of courses here and there, like photography.
I would say though, 100%, like most of our skill sets grew when we started working on our own.
Yeah.
Like when we started taking some time to work and like just doing, like working and doing and creating. And on that creative process, you learn a lot that maybe at the time you don't realize, but when the time passes, you look back and you say, wow, I grew a lot from what I was last year or from what I was like 5 years ago. Of course, college gave us like amazing tools, and we're super thankful for the education we got.
Yeah.
Mainly because education here is free. Like university here is free.
I mean, you have the option. You can either go to private school or you can go to public school.
Yeah, but public school here
are 100% free, and it's super good. Like the education is like top level. Actually, our university, like our faculty, was like ranked 18 in like all the universities like in the world.
Yeah, and also we work with like many designers that have like such influence in the design world here in Argentina, and it's like people that you can see, I don't know, for example, typographers that you see their fonts on, like you see it, you have it in your computer, it's on Google Fonts, and he's your teacher and he's working with you, and you have him absolutely there, and you can ask him whatever, and he's doing that work like just because he's really devoted to education. So I don't know, it's something that we're really thankful for, and we know that not many people have that
the opportunity.
Yeah, we don't.
Not many people have the opportunity to access like that level of like education and for free. So we're super great.
Yeah, grateful. We're super thankful for that. We're super thankful to all our like teachers. To be honest, the teachers actually had to deal with the both of us. They had a challenge, so we're really thankful for them. So I would say like our favorite subject was typography, and both like we had typography 1 and 2, and we had amazing teachers in both of them, and we're thankful to all of them. That really grew us. I think editorial work really grew our skill set to like the maximum, and also
defined like our style of design, because that's also like we don't want to like put out ourselves in like a style, but I think that we automatically have it, like we don't really think about it, but we do it that way. And also I think that actually came like from like those subjects and how
and they gave you like a lot of freedom, which is nice, because they give you creative freedom, and that's really nice to have. And sometimes in work you don't have that creative freedom, so I think it's nice to take college as a place where you can experiment or find your true voice or whatever. So,
for sure. What does a class like typography look like? The ones that you attended.
Class. For us, it really depends. Like when you start, it's super technical. Like they teach you like a lot of very technical things about typography that you may not even know. Our teachers were typographers. Actually, like they live and they work to create type. And it's a profession. It's not something you just like, you're not a graphic designer and you're just typographer.
You have to
it's very hard. You have to really work on it. But for example, on the first year we had to create, I think there were 12 glyphs, and it was, I swear to God, it was the hardest work I ever had in my life.
You had to create,
we almost failed.
Yeah, we almost failed. Like you had to create your own like custom type, and it was like super hard. But I mean, the first year was super technical, like optics and weights.
They teach you. I think that what you learned the most about typography is how to see. Like it sounds very stupid, but you teach your eye how to see specific things in type, like the width of a letter. It's like if it has like, if it's thinner, if it's fatter, it's very.
So I mean,
it's very technical, so it's kind of hard to
Super
explain.
technical, but it develops your eye, and from there, I think it's like we really
then you
think,
work on layouts and then you work on
Yeah,
books, on
of
magazines.
course.
But I think the first year it's super crucial to like develop like your eye and to actually learn how to see, and you learn how to see and you see things differently. And that is so
I
crazy.
swear you see
Because
things
you it's so
differently.
weird. You go out and you see a sign, for example, a billboard. A look, it's like, oh no, that's wrong.
That
That's wrong.
doesn't
That's
match.
that's so wrong.
You really start like,
And
and it develops your eye. That's why we are both like super thankful for that class specifically,
Yeah.
because I think that class really
no, it
formed
has a
us.
high level. To be honest, it was like a high level class.
Yeah, I will
Never
say.
experienced something like that in my life.
Yeah.
It was super high level.
I personally think it formed me as a graphic designer, along with the
Yeah.
other ones, but that one
Mainly
was
because
like,
we really
Most
like
impactful.
most impactful.
Nice.
100%. Yeah. Also, we had like a very good teacher in the first year that she was super nice to us. Like,
We were dumb at the moment, like we didn't understand
No,
anything.
we were super dumb. We had a teacher, and it was like she always had to help us because we were so dumb. We couldn't get it together. People were like all in. They understood everything. And we were like, what is this? What is that? I don't understand. And there were some exercise that you have to do that it's just to develop your eye. You're not doing type, you're doing random things. It's so weird. Sometimes you work with shapes. It's like, why am I working with shapes? You don't know, but then you understand why you're working with shapes. I don't know, it teaches how to see like negative space. Negative space has the exact, it's as important as like the space you're actually using on a layer. I know it's very, very specific. We're not typographers, so we really can't like dive that into it, but we really love it, and it really shaped us as designers.
It was what you said,
Nice.
like super impactful. So
Yeah, that's
Super
awesome.
cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, I think, 4-5 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
A long time, but I don't know, it's still like, we will still have it here. It's so present to us. It was a great class.
What's one thing you've learned from each other with the time you've worked together?
I would say, like, I think having someone that you can lean on, and someone that complements you. We have found that whenever you run into a creative block, for example, if you're working on something and you're alone, who's gonna help you? I mean, of course, you can get out of the creative block, but for us, it's like, okay, I can't get this. I can't get this right. Let's do a call, and you share my screen, and we see how we fix this. Because if not, like, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah, and I always say like this very cheesy. It's like a very cheesy phrase, but I always say like, if you wanna go fast, go alone. If you wanna go far, go together. And that is very cheesy, but it actually really applies to us, because I think like I wouldn't have gotten to the point that I am, like personally, professionally, everything without Julie by my side, and I'm thankful for that. And I think we both like lean on each other and ask for opinions, and like that fuels us to creating something even better.
Yeah, also it's fun. Like,
it's fun.
It's not. It may not be like the main thing, but it's really fun.
Yeah,
like,
we
it's
had
fun
a really good time. Like,
because I swear to God, there were times that my mother, because in quarantine, I remember we were in calls all day. My mother was like, "It's like Miranda in our house because I can hear her all day. She's talking in my house." Like, no, we've been on a call for like 8 hours. But yes, she's in our house.
No,
Hey,
it's
8 hours?
I swear. Because sometimes like you have it there and she's there and I don't care, and her parents go in. It's like, you're there, I'm there, but we're working, that we have each other, and we have like, we're sharing our screen, and it's like, no, I don't like that, take that, put it on the other side. No, I don't like that color, no, change it. And it's like that very simple things, like everyday things, I think are like, I don't know, the reason that we're working together. I could never do it alone. When I worked alone for the agency, it was like the worst experience I had ever.
Yeah.
And when we worked on that agency that we really didn't like, I was like, what would I have done if I had taken this job alone? I would have died.
Yeah.
Because it was a very, like, I don't know, it's super nice to have someone by your side. Even if like sometimes like a lot of things happen, like I don't know,
on
something
our
happens
personal
in your life,
lives.
in,
Yeah.
and maybe you're not up to it. Maybe you can't work. Maybe you don't feel like it, and it's perfect and it happens. But you have someone by your side that will take over whenever you're not able to do it, and
Yeah.
that is, I know it's a reassurance that I think it's super good to have. Not, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it's not
No,
something that
and
you have if
also-
you're working alone.
Yeah, all that, and also I think like the fact that we have fun,
Yeah.
it's so important for us, because if not, like, what
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
I'd rather like work and have fun than like do it alone. Like,
Yeah, it's nice.
of course, you have to have like maybe more patience. Like, you have to like, I have to check things with
Yeah.
Julie, and she has to check things with me. Maybe she does something and I don't really like it, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And
Most of the times we love what the other
yeah,
one does.
yeah, but
It's
maybe not.
Yeah, I love it. It's perfect.
And maybe that is something that if you do alone, you do something you like, and then it's like
Yeah.
you go
No,
for
it's
it.
nice to
But
have that
maybe-
second eye.
Yeah, it's like a second opinion, second eye. So, and also we trust each other. So
Yeah.
everything we put out there that we have like fully like, we're both like, okay, let's do this. It's like I'm more like sure about it because we're both like on the same page.
Yeah, also it's like a very good partnership because sometimes when you're working in teams, for example, it has happened to the both of us in college. Sometimes you're working with someone and you don't trust them. And it's like, am I gonna tell you, do this? Because then I'm gonna have to review it again because I don't think I like it as much, or maybe I don't. And if it's your work, you're not gonna present something that you're not 100% sure of. But like, I have no problem if I say, okay, I do this, you do that. I know that your thing is gonna be as good as my thing or
Yeah.
even better. So that's something that it doesn't happen. Like, it's very, very hard to find someone that you can work with and you actually have a good relationship with. So I don't know, I think it's very, very good. And we were friends before we started working together, and we realized we work very good together, and we developed our style together.
Yeah, yeah. I think that like combining like friendship with work, sometimes it's daring, but I would never choose otherwise. Like,
No.
Yeah,
It's to
no.
have to bring someone else into the team. It would be difficult.
No, I'm open. I'm very open to it. Maybe not now because we don't need it, but I'm open to it in the future 100% because we really want to grow and to be like something bigger. Like that's our long-term goal. Like we want to be like something like big. I don't know. It's super big, but something bigger.
We really want to have like a physical space. I mean,
like an office or studio, like physical, so we can have.
That we actually feel happy to be in. I think that's like the most important thing that quarantine has taught me. That you should be happy in the place that you are. It doesn't mean that it has to be like financial or something. Wow, amazing! But it has to be a place that makes you happy. Like you can have sunlight, or you can decorate it in your. I mean, I think that it should be a place that would make you happy to go, because that sometimes happens with offices. If you don't like it or if you're not happy there, why are you going? So if we ever have an office, we really want it to be like a happy place for all of us. We also wanted to have, I don't know, maybe a studio, photography studio.
Yeah, like a simple photography thing on our like physical space, because we really enjoy photography, and so if we have like a studio there, it would be amazing.
Sometimes you get inspired and you want to do something, and if you have it there, it's nice to do it.
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah.
So yeah, I think like that. We're open to having like more people, not at the moment because we really don't need it, but like in the future, 100%.
Yeah, we really.
But I really hope that we get there like together as we are. So
yeah. Who would you be looking for if you were to add another person to the team?
That's
a very good question. I would love to work with a typographer, to be honest, since we're on the topic.
I don't know. I really haven't thought about it. I think it has to like match like our vibe. Personally, not work related, but like personally, it's we enjoy working with someone that it's always like us, like up.
Yeah, we would like it to be like young
and like to bring like a new vision, because we really value like younger people because they always have new ideas, new visions. They always know what's on trend and what's the next thing like to look at.
Yeah.
So we really value young people. That's
Maybe-
something I realized.
Maybe
like
even someone that's not like a graphic designer. Maybe we would like to work with someone that's, I don't know, a stylist or a creative director.
Yeah.
That can bring like something so different that we maybe don't have. Like we have such a particular vision that they work on. I don't know, something completely different. Maybe they're not designers, but we can work with them. Like
Yeah. I
for
would
different
agree on that. That. And have like good vibes, you know.
Yeah.
To like
mainly
work.
that maybe I think that it's important that we have a good work relationship and that we actually like each other. And it doesn't, whoever we introduce into our baby, it's not like you have to be our friend to work with us, of course. But we really would love to have like a good relationship because we know that a good relationship in the workplace is super important for us. Because if not, it's hard.
It's hard.
I wouldn't like to go to work with someone I don't like or who I don't think it's like friendly with me.
Yeah.
Because we've had it and it's not nice. It's really not nice.
So yeah, I think like to keep things like flowing, it would be nice to
It would
have
be nice
some
to have a creative director.
Yeah, it's awesome. What's one what's one big long-term goal that you have for By Beyond, other than the office space?
I would say expanding to other places, like maybe, I don't know, working in fashion, working with photographers, working like maybe leading, because sometimes we love digital design, but sometimes working all day in a computer, it can like wear you out, and it's super good to have that possibility to like go outside and, I don't know, work in a fashion. You work in a fashion show. I don't know. Maybe you work.
Something different.
You work in a fashion show.
Like to expand both like physically.
No, we do Gucci. Like, who knows?
I think it should be like to expand like both physically, like being in other cities, and also like professionally, like doing other stuff rather than just graphic design. That's why incorporating someone or
who's not a graphic designer, we're definitely open to incorporating someone that's not specifically a graphic designer, but who has a background in art or anything related to that.
100%.
We really want to connect with other people that have different. It doesn't mean that if we're at a graphic design studio, you have to be a graphic designer. And I think that's really changing in the industry right now. Like it's, I don't know, there are professions that are more like open to having people that don't specifically have to do that, and it's super interesting to have like, I don't know, a more flexible role. Mm-hmm. Also, like remote work opens like a lot of doors to working with people like all around the world. And as we said like before, culture really influences design, and we really want to know how design works in different places. Like it's really interesting for us, because we have a conception of graphic design that it's formed by the place we live in, which is Buenos Aires. And we know that in places like, I don't know, any other place really, it's different, and it's interesting to work along that.
Yeah, I think social and cultural backgrounds really change your vision on design. So I think it's really interesting to have like bits and pieces of people everywhere and like being everywhere. And maybe it's a little like utopic, but it's good to like dream.
Yeah, maybe. We have plans of like not living in Argentina, but even if we live, we're still gonna have that cultural thing on us because we've lived here all our lives, and we really think that influences the way we are and the way we design and the way we connect with our clients or the people we want to work with. So that's really something.
Maybe it's a little dream high, but you know.
But
it's awesome. It's awesome. Because you both work with each other a lot, like if there's an issue that comes up, how do you both resolve it?
We usually talk. I think that we kind of know when there's an issue, like, or we know when there's something wrong. We know it, and it has happened that sometimes we struggle with specific works, and maybe we're both struggling, and that can happen. And it's like, okay, how do you fix it when you're both struggling? So we actually we always try to see, like, we're not always blaming like the clients. Okay, it's the client's fault or it's the work's fault. We try to like say, okay, let's reflect on what we can do to make this work better? Because sometimes we have like poor relationships, or we have like, I don't know, sometimes it gets hard and we really try to reflect on us and say, okay, what can we do to make this better? But I think like talking and
Yeah, basically talking.
yeah,
talking
it's like
and we also
it's like a relationship. I mean, it's like any relationship that would you do like with your partner or your friend or whatever, you would talk it out because even if it's a business, you need to discuss it. And I think that the good thing about trusting the person that you're working with is that you can actually like have an open conversation about what's happening. But I think most of the time we both know that it's happening. Like we already know there's a problem.
Yeah,
and we already know that we have to fix.
Yeah, we are kind of like intuitive in that things.
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but we really like just feel it, and it's like, hey, I think
It's our gut feeling.
I think this is happening, and then it's like I've been thinking about it like all day, and
Yeah,
it's super.
Well, we have actually learned in the last few months that we really should trust like our gut feeling. It's something that it's very weird because it's like I have a bad feeling about this, and it's like why it has nothing bad about it. It's like I have a bad feeling.
You can't explain, but sometimes.
And I think that it's important to trust that feeling, and we kind of share it. It's like we both have it, and when we both have it, it's like, oh, okay, there's something bad with this.
There's something wrong with this.
I don't really know why, but there is.
So basically that, like, I think in the last couple of months we said like let's trust like our gut feeling or instinct like a little bit more. I think it's kind of like weird in some way to like mix like those kind of feelings with work, but on the other hand,
you feel that there's a reason why you're feeling it.
And so,
and if the both of us do it, there's a reason why. And sometimes it's funny because when you say it, it's like, oh, I know that. I felt it, like, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it, but yes, it's there. It's there. And when it's there, it's hard, but I think that we both understand the place we're in. We know that we're young and we're trying to like make it in an industry that's super filled. But I think that having a good relationship between us, it really helps us like move forward.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. What's been a recent business roadblock that you've ran into, and then like how did you both resolve it together?
I think it was like
creative block.
Creative block. Like on the last couple of months, like all the COVID thing really hit us because we are starting to get like the second wave here currently because we're moving into like colder months. We are moving into like winter soon. So we're having like the second wave, and so everything.
It's kind of a tense situation.
Yeah, it's very tense here.
It's like you can feel it. You can feel it in the air. It's so weird.
The ambience here is very tense because everyone is like really worried.
Also, since we're like super close to Brazil, we have like
the strain, the new strain,
and it's scary because it's harder on younger people. So that really scared us, our parents, and everyone we're surrounded by. So I think that really affected us on the last month.
Creatively, like we really had like some creative blocks, and it was like struggling. But I think we started like going out more. To like maybe parks or maybe grabbing like a coffee together or eating something together. Like very common things that you do like a normal life, but now that we have like COVID, it's kind of like a luxury almost, like going out and gathering with people and everything. And I think that helped us like get out of the creative block. And also we really
one thing that we did that I think was so good is that we tried to get like most of the work done by Tuesday, Thursday. So we have Friday, not free, like we're not gonna work, but a free for like other projects. Maybe a project that makes you go outside, that makes you leave your house, that makes you meet someone, that makes you do something that you don't do regularly, that will change the way you're feeling, and it will make you feel good to get a good start on the weekend. I think that has really helped us. Maybe we go to a museum, maybe we do an outdoor shoot, maybe I don't know, we have done a lot of things that I think that, I don't know, it was super helpful, like to get out of that creative block.
Helpful
also, museums opened up Okay,
Well,
they
they're
closed
closed
again.
now, but they were open like for the last couple of months. They closed like a week ago again, but they were open for like summer and the
Yeah,
last couple of months, and we really enjoyed the last like
yeah,
weeks of like that being open,
yeah.
and it was really really helpful to for our creative block.
Yeah.
So
Because
yeah,
actually seeing something is not the same. I mean, like you see it, it's in front of you. It's nice. It's nice because we've been like super accustomed to digital inspiration as we talked before. And I think that before COVID, we used to go like to a lot of art galleries, a lot of museums, a lot of we really liked it. We actually had it like I don't know, maybe once a week or like
yeah,
every 2 weeks. We went to a museum, we went to a gallery, we went to do something that was cultural, and that made us like still connect with art and like
in other way.
yeah. And I think that we kind of lost that due to COVID.
I mean, we had to find other ways due to COVID, but like getting out of your workspace, like, and maybe doing something else, even like watching a movie. Like the creative block is something that we actually made a post on Instagram once, and we really got like it was a conversation starter for like us designers. And everyone was like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I just don't work and do something else.
Yeah.
I think that the main thing is we are really like always say that not to force it, because if you stay on the computer or whatever you work, and you try and try and try, and if you don't like change your mind or your perspective, it's really harder. Like it goes like into a really like weird and difficult place. So we always like say or suggest to like change your perspective.
Or maybe even like, for example, we did a few playlists on Spotify, which is like a very simple thing, but music really affects the way you're feeling. And for some people, like for me, example, if I'm feeling down or if I'm not feeling what I have to do at the moment, music can really change that perspective that I have on the project. Or even like it's so weird, but sometimes like I feel like I don't want to do anything. I feel terribly bad. I don't like the work, and I get on a call with Miro, and it's like, okay, I like the work again. Let's work. Let's work. And it's so funny because it's like
it's just a change. You have to change like your mind and your perspective. Like maybe doing something else, cooking, listening to music, watching a film, or like going outside, going for a walk, maybe grab some coffee, like something that changes your vision from like what you're doing to like something else. And you usually come back like, I'm not saying fully inspired, but you
refreshed.
Yeah, refreshed. You have other ideas.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Yeah, if you were to only have like one option to like change that perspective and get like motivated again, like what would you choose to do? Like listen to music, get coffee, go outside?
I'll go to a museum or outside.
I would.
Or take a walk.
Yeah, I would probably like put on a playlist I like and dance. Like dance. Like physically.
That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing also. Releasing like stress by moving or do exercising or like dancing or whatever, that also really helps us.
I always dance. Like,
I always dance.
That's like my workout in quarantine because the gyms are closed. So I always like put on like a playlist and I dance in front of the mirror.
Same.
And that really like changes my vibe and my mood.
I think it's really good.
It's really good.
But I really like to take walks and like because sometimes you can get stuck between your walls and you can get stuck to like thinking that you're in that place and there's nothing else beneath that. So it's like if you go outside and I don't know, maybe just for like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you put on some music that you like and it's different and it changes and it's so nice. I think that's really nice. I really like to walk, for example, I really like to walk like during rain days. I really like the rain. And I usually get an umbrella and I walk, and I like it. I don't mind. I mean, but I really like it, and it really changes the way I feel. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love working on like rainy days. It's awesome. I don't know if you feel the same way, but
I love rain. Like, to be honest, I think it's like my favorite. Like, of course, I like the sun. I love it. But I really like walking, like leaving my house when it's raining, when it's like raining. No, it's like a storm, of course. But it's like kind of like rainy, but not so rainy. I really like it. I really like. I like cloudy days. I don't think they're ugly, or I like them. I like them. They give me a different vibe. I like sunny days. I love them, but they give me a different vibe, and it's nice for me. Going outside, it's a thing definitely.
Yeah, it's awesome. What's it like living in South America? Because I've never been there, so a new perspective on that would be awesome.
I really like it, to be honest. I mean, we grew here, and as we spoke before, we think that we're very, very privileged to have a free education, like public education that is very, very good, and that we get to be in touch with like very important here in design and everything.
Yeah, and also like we really enjoy like South American culture. For me, is like a lit.
Food is so
Like
good
we
here.
really like it. Like we are planning on like maybe moving to other countries just to like experience what is like living somewhere else and being
But for
around
example,
other cultures. But
there are cultures that we're told, like for example, our culture is like super warm. It's like even if people don't know you, they can consider you your friend. We're like a warm kind of culture, and family is strong. I have a very strong relationship with my family.
yeah,
I have fun when I'm spending time with my family. It's not like
family is like
family is big here. It's like a big thing, and people tell you like, oh, if you're going to, I don't know. I've heard it a lot of time. I don't think so. When I went to London, I never thought that, but a lot of people tell me like, oh no, people in London, oh, they're so cold.
No, I haven't had that experience.
I didn't have that experience, but that's what people tell us. It's like whenever you mention somewhere that you're gonna move, they say beware because the culture is not the same. And we are aware of that. We have a different culture, and we really like the culture of the place we live. People are warm. I don't know. It's nice, and food is great because we have like food from like
a lot of parts of the world.
Yeah, like, not only a lot of parts, but I would say mainly from immigrants because
we have like Argentina is basically a country where a lot of immigrant people from Europe came, like Spain.
Italian. Like my family, for example, they are. My grandfather was Italian, so it's like that. Italian food is amazing, and we have that, and we also have our food that is amazing as well. We have like a mix of cultures that I think it really makes a very interesting culture, and I think that we're also open to different things. Like I think we're open to trying new things. Like and we have like I think that we have a lot of influence on the immigrants that we had like a long time ago, but we really love the culture here. We really love the people, and it's a really beautiful place. Like Argentina, it's a beautiful country. We have like so many different landscapes, like so many different weathers and everything. It's so
very different.
It's so weird. I mean, you have places like in the south where there's like 40 degrees, 43 or 45 degrees, and you have places where it snows.
Celsius, because I think
Celsius.
It's like Fahrenheit.
Yeah, Celsius. Like
20 degrees.
I don't know how to.
Then up north,
how to convert.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
We're not,
but we're talking Celsius.
I think it's like 40 is like 70 or 80 degrees. Like when it's hot.
Something like that.
Right?
It's pretty close.
Okay, so we have places where it's super hot and places where it snows. We have like beaches and we have lakes and we have mountains and we have forests and we have jungles. So it's super interesting. Yeah. Very diverse place. And I think that when I was young, I used to travel a lot for Argentina. And I think that it's really nice because we also have like a lot of cultures within like our different provinces, which is super interesting. Like when you meet someone from other provinces, they have a different childhood, a different like different everything. It's like.
But I think that happens like in every country.
Yeah.
Like,
but we really like it.
But it's very diverse. We have like a lot of landscapes. The culture is.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I think that's the word fun.
Yeah, people are fun.
And living
like
here
college, for example, for us, it's fun. Like we had a lot of fun in college. Like a lot of fun. Like we had a bar outside our college. Like we had people sell beer in our college.
Yeah.
We just but it's fun. We go to college at night, which is people may think it's boring, but it's so fun.
It's super fun.
So fun, and it gives you a good vibe. You leave it, and you're in a good vibe. You're in a
and
good
also
mood.
It teaches you like maybe economically, it teaches you how to live through crisis. So
Yeah.
you are like,
You learn how to save money,
you know how to save money,
and
you know
I
how
don't
to
think that's something that people do like worldwide. Like we've discussed it with people from other places. Like, no, I don't save money. It's like,
or maybe they
so
save,
weird
but
for
they are
us.
not like we are maybe more used to like saving and
Yeah.
like living
You get a-
prepared, maybe more prepared for what's to come.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, we're very used to like how do I say
Inflation.
inflation.
Yeah.
Inflation is something that's very common for us, and we're not like I don't know, we're prepared for other things that
Yeah, it really like makes you, you know.
Mhm.
It's interesting.
it's nice.
Yeah.
We like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you could give one recommendation for anyone traveling there, what would it be?
In Argentina or in South America? South America.
In South America.
I really love Brazil.
Brazil is really nice. Argentina is really nice too. Brazil is
Argentina is really
really nice. Like
I
it
love
has
Brazil.
amazing beaches.
They have a very good vibe. Their culture is like they have a nice culture. They're good vibes.
Brazil is a really nice place. I really like Brazil. Argentina is also like
It's beautiful. If I
everything.
had to
Like
pick
South
one
America, I
place-
think the recommendation would be like just go, have fun, and like connect with people that live like where
it
you're
really
going.
depends on what you like. I think
Eat the
it's
food.
so diverse.
Yeah, it's very diverse. Like it's a very diverse.
If you tell me I like
place.
I don't know, warm weather, okay, go to the south. We have beautiful landscapes, beautiful landscapes. If you like snow, then you could go ski in the in the north. I mean, not the other way around, in the south. But
yeah, it's like just connect with locals. Maybe would be my recommendation, and like eat
people are
everything
eager.
that you can because the food is very diverse in all
Yeah.
South America.
Try food, like food is amazing here.
Yeah, and yeah, just that, like have fun, go to places.
Yeah. I mean, it has happened to me when I have traveled to other places that I struggle with food. When here it's like it's so easy, everything is good.
Yeah,
It's so easy. It's so easy because I went to New York and I didn't know what to eat, of course, because I don't know because I'm not local. But I struggled.
Pizza.
The pizza is horrible. I'm sorry, I don't like it. That's not pizza.
I like the pizza, but
That's
I
not
think
the pizza we have.
no. The thing is, I think because we have a lot of like Italian immigration,
That's not our pizza.
we are really used to like Italian pizza.
Yeah.
And maybe the New York pizza style is more like
Horrible.
I don't know.
It's weird. It's horrible. I don't like it. No, I don't
No,
like
I like
that
it. It's
pizza.
something different, but
Yeah, I ate pizza, but there was a time, I swear, that I went to like an Italian restaurant and I ate pasta because I love pasta. And it's like, I needed this because I don't know what to eat. Because like fast food in New York, I think it's very strong for us. We don't eat that. We don't eat those kind of things. Like it's super strong for us. We don't do eggs for breakfast, like eggs and bacon and all of
yeah,
this.
that's
super
also
strong.
like something that really hit me when I always go to the States.
It's so strong. It's like, how do you continue your day?
No, I
So
always
strong.
like I really like eggs and everything, but here, for example, in Argentina, our breakfast is like
Coffee.
very light. Like we do coffee and maybe 2 toasts
Yeah.
with like cheese, like but the how do you say like the Philadelphia cheese that is like
Okay. Cream cheese, yeah.
cream cheese that. And we do like that, like maybe coffee with 2 toasts.
Yeah, I started eating eggs like I don't know, maybe a few months ago, but it's not normal. Like people don't. Yeah, and we eat scrambled eggs, but people don't eat eggs for like breakfast.
Not for breakfast, listen, not the breakfast that we're used to.
And,
so every time
when
we
I
go,
traveled, that really hit me. And also, I remember that in New York, people ate like toast with Nutella. I think it's so strong. Nutella in the morning, it's very strong.
When you say when you,
eat like a toast with Nutella on top, it's like a lot. It's like a lot. We don't do that.
it is a lot.
when you say strong, like what are you referring to?
Like it would like it made me feel sick. Like
Sick
my
on
stomach
Oh, it made you
would
feel
ache.
sick. Okay.
It's like the flavor of that in the morning is like wow.
Yeah, we don't eat a lot. We eat a lot. I think I would say dinner.
dinner, but I think we aren't good because I think it's the
No,
other
no,
way
it's
around.
the other way around. You're supposed to eat
Yeah.
like breakfast and then like less lunch and dinner is super light, but dinner fries like strong. You go
Dinner
strong.
here in Argentina is like the strongest meal you could ever eat. Like
You go
we
strong.
usually do like what is barbecues. We have asado here, and
we're strong on that here.
we do like a lot of meat cuts and
Yeah.
with like salad or mashed
And it's
potatoes.
very particular here. It's not like barbecue. It's different. I don't know
It's
how
like-
to explain it. You will have asado once you come here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we have like a very nice mix of cultures. Like we have asado, but then we also have a lot of pasta and a lot of pizza and a lot of like Italian food that we really like. I'm very strong on like pasta. I love pasta.
We love
But
that.
we also have empanadas, which are amazing, like amazing.
Yeah.
I love them.
But yeah, I would totally recommend like trying every food when you come to South America.
But there's a lot. I mean, there are places where you can find like big burgers, like you have in the US.
Yeah.
And like super, like for us, those meals are like a bit strong in the sense that they can be too heavy for us. Heavy, I think is the word. I don't know how to explain. It's not we eat light. We're not like we don't eat salads all day. But maybe eating a burger like super big burgers like with a lot of cheese and it's kind of like
it's definitely like now on trend here in Buenos Aires at least. We have a lot of like burger places and people
burger
are
and
like,
beer
and people are like, oh, let's like eat burgers. I really enjoy burgers, but yeah, it's definitely like
but I think you guys have like a lot of like big burgers like big burgers like big pieces. It's like
lots of fast food.
Fast food here is not that big, I would say. People don't eat fast food.
We have
fast food places, but I don't think that if I'm gonna go for a treat, I would rather like a huge thing spaghetti pasta. You go big on pasta.
Yeah, I think the burger trend is most like came like 1 or 2, maybe 3 years ago.
You didn't. We have McDonald's and we're eating McDonald's, but
it's not the same.
Good,
yeah.
I think it's better in the US. It's not so good here.
It's not so good here.
It's not. I remember when I went to New York, I used to eat McDonald's because it was kind of the one thing that I actually knew. Because I know that I don't know. I really don't know how to eat in the US. I have no doubt because I didn't really like visit a lot. But when I went to New York, I remember that it was hard to find like a meal that wasn't heavy. Like, what's a good salad?
No,
you have it, but
I think I had like a different experience. Like when I went to New York.
When I went to New York, I swear it was hard to find like a good meal.
No, I had like the best experience when I went to New York. I went to like the best food places, and also because my recommendation is like connect with the locals and ask them where to eat. That's what I did when I went to New York. So I was like, hi, excuse me, do you know a good place to like have breakfast? And they say, yeah, here around the corner. And I was like, okay. And I went there and it was amazing. So yeah, that's like my go-to recommendation. Everywhere like you want to go, just ask the people that live there.
Yeah, that's a good tip for sure. Just to ask the locals, definitely.
Yeah, 100%, because if not, you will have my experience, which is not fun. But yeah,
Sweet.
It was a while.
Yeah. To wrap up the podcast, just ask one last question, and that is, if you were to leave your last piece of advice right now, what would that be?
That's another tough one. For designers or
for ourselves?
Yeah, just personally, like your last piece of advice that you'd maybe give to like your younger self.
I would say go for it, like because maybe I think it took us a while to get started, like taking it serious for us on Beyond, and I would definitely like advise my younger self to like definitely go for it and like drop that work that I don't like. I would have quit before, and I would have loved to get an earlier start on Beyond and maybe like taking it seriously.
Yeah, I would maybe like say just trust yourself, like, and continue like
this.
Yeah, and continue studying and continue like developing yourself. That's for me is really important. So yeah, maybe trust yourself like on every decision and continue studying and developing yourself and your skills.
Yeah, I think
Sweet.
that we always like we're in constant development.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're never. I don't think I will ever feel like, okay, I'm done. I don't have to
No,
study
yeah.
anything. Also, trends and everything changes so quickly that you have to like catch up. And I think that's like the beauty of working in this. It's a very ongoing like industry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that.
Sweet. Julie and Miranda, I appreciate you for coming on the podcast. I know you have to leave pretty soon for curfew. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
you
us.
for inviting
It was
us.
Amazing experience
Yeah,
chatting with
it
you.
was so exciting.
Thank you for tuning in to the podcast with Julie and Miranda. If you enjoyed it, please send us a DM on Instagram at Live Your Vision Pod or at ever_north, or text us at 1205-707-3584, as we love to receive your feedback, good or bad, on the show. If you want to stay up to date on new podcasts and collection drops from Ever North, send us a text at that same number, 1205-707-3584, with the keyword join. Thanks again for listening and hope you have an amazing day.